Hello, I'd like to demonstrate my new amplifier. It's a 212 combo. It's got a pair of vintage alnico Utah speakers in it. The chassis is an old Lafayette guitar amp chassis. It was in really bad shape, so I just gutted it all out. And I rebuilt it as mainly a matchless Spitfire amp, but with an extra channel. The extra channel is kind of a Fender-like channel, a little brighter, a little more full sounding. The matchless Spitfire channel's kind of a nice direct sound. Let me show you the controls here. Controls are real simple. We're going to start over here. Inputs, input 1, input 2. Input 1 is the matchless Spitfire channel. On the channel 1, the Spitfire channel, I got the preamp volume and tone. Input 2 is the Fender channel. This is the volume, master volume, or the preamp volume for the Fender channel. It's got treble and bass control. This here is a master volume. Now what I did on the master volume is I wired it in a way that I can switch it on and off. In other words, make it a master volume amp or non-master volume amp. And it's right there at the beginning. When it's turned completely counterclockwise, it's off. It's out of the circuit. You don't have a master volume. You click it past, now it's low volume, and you turn it up just like a master volume. The other thing I added to this, and it's kind of neat, is a phase inverter switch. Phase inverter is one of the big differences in a Vox type amp like the Spitfire. And it's different than the Marshall Fender type amp. They use a different configuration phase inverter. On one, I've got it labeled 1 and 2 just for reference. 1, it kind of matches up with the Spitfire channel. That's the Vox matchless type phase inverter. 2, when you flip it up to 2, you've got that Fender Marshall style phase inverter. You don't have to use 2 on channel 2. You can put it on 1 and you will notice a difference. Phase inverter 1 has a little lower gain. It's a little less full, little more direct sound. You get it, the number 2 or the Fender Marshall style phase inverter. It's a little more gainy, little more full, little more bass, a little more overdrive. But I kind of like the way that, 1 on 1 and 2 on 2, but you're free to choose any one. It seems different guitars like you can get different sounds. And finally, just the plain old standby off on switch. Okay, let me show you some sounds out of this thing. I'll turn it on. I've got the Jimmie Vaughan strat plugged into the Spitfire channel. Right now I have the master volume off, so it's just like a non-master volume amp. I've got the preamp volume right about just under half volume. Just give you an idea what that sounds like. I'm going to turn on the master volume. That way I can control the volume, but get the gain up get the preamp louder, so I have a little bit more gain. I've got the preamp up. I'll put it up all the way. I've got the master volume down. Spitfire sounds with the Strat, I'm going to turn the master up a bit more, give you an idea what it sounds like turned up. You know, I've got the tone quite down on that Spitfire. One thing you notice about the Spitfire circuit is the tone control really has a lot of effect on the gain. So I turned the tone up about 3/4 of the way. I'm going to plug the SG into it because it kind of does a little something different. Alright, I still have that. I'm going to turn off the master volume. I'm going to make it just a plain old non-master volume amp. Okay, I've got the volume on the Spitfire amp about just shy of halfway, about where I had the Strat when I first started playing. See the humbuckers in this really make it overdrive a bit more. Volume up all the way. I'll turn the volume up all the way, but I'm going to turn down the master. Okay, I'm going to now plug into the the Fender channel, channel 2. I'll turn the phase inverter to 2 to match that channel. I really like how the SG sounds on this channel. I've got the master volume off. I'll put the volume up about halfway. I've got the treble about 3/4, bass about 5/8. One thing you notice, the louder you get this, the more you can trim the bass off of it. It's a pretty bassy channel. I'm gonna turn the master volume down, and I'm gonna turn up the preamp volume. I'll get it about 3/4. I'm just going to turn it up. Master volumes all the way up. I got the preamp volume about all the way up. The two channels, what's really neat is the two channels are really different. The Spitfire is really kind of aimed, has real tight distortion. The Fendery side is real broad. It's got a lot of bass, it's got a lot of treble, and the distortion is, you know, when you really crank it up, it's there, but it's a little rougher, it's a little fuzzier, it's a little hairier. I really like it. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you again.